Household expenditure reflects the purchasing power of households on goods and services, be it long-term or short-term consumption, such as housing and public services. It is used to measure economic growth, inflation, and overall economic performance. Mean and median household expenditures as a percentage of income have steadily increased over the years, with a surge during the pandemic, reaching 77% and 67.6% respectively between 2019 and 2022. Expenditure trends shifted sharply from basic needs to lifestyle choices. Housing and utilities-led consumption, followed by food and transport. The State of Households 2024 has found that there is a growing significance of food away from home in the Malaysian diet, that work-from-home related expenses surged, and health expenses increased significantly.
COVID-19 left a lasting impact on the Malaysian household diet. Rise of online deliveries raised household total spending on food away from home to 48%. This is the highest share since 1993. The rising food away from home expenditure trend isn't just driven by food prices, but also a combination of other factors such as urbanization, shifts in the food environment, increased purchasing power, and also time poverty. Most of this growth is seen in the central and east coast regions in Peninsula and Sabah in Borneo. This growth is equally strong in both urban and rural areas. Higher-income households are able to eat out more frequently, whereas lower-income households prioritize home-cooked meals instead.
ICT expenditures surged during COVID-19. The lockdown induced a percentage growth in nominal and real terms as more households needed to adapt for work from home. Rural and lower-income households spent more on ICT between 2019 and 2022. Expenditure for both housing and utilities, as well as furnishings and maintenance, also surged during the pandemic.
So this revealed the urban-rural income disparity. Urban households showed higher growth in both housing and utilities and furnishings and maintenance, while rural and lower-income households only showed growth in furnishing and maintenance.
Nominal and real expenditures for healthcare expenses increased significantly after COVID-19 as we expected. This growth varied across and within states. Sabah, Sarawak and Kedah had most districts growing faster between 2019 and 2022 compared to previous years. But they also had districts with some of the lowest growth rates, highlighting significant regional disparities. But the real concern here is the unequal growth of health expenses across income groups. Health expenses was a greater burden to lower-income households, largely due to the rising need for medical products.
COVID-19 has raised the awareness of better healthcare across all income groups. There is also the need to improve the public healthcare system to prepare lower-income households for rising healthcare consumption. Eating out or ordering in, previously less common household expense, now has become a core part of the Malaysian diet. Due to that, it raises concerns over its health implications. The lockdown also exposed the lacking ICT accessibility and infrastructure in rural areas. The rise in ICT-related expenditure, particularly among lower-income households and those in rural areas, stresses the need for greater digital inclusion and accessibility. So, affordable internet packages can reduce their burden and improve internet connectivity in both rural and urban areas.
I can personally relate to some of these expenditure trends. Smaller households, we tend to eat out more often, and to save time, and also offers on delivery platforms makes it cheaper. What wasn't essential before, like smartphones and internet, is a necessity now in this digital age, regardless of where do we live. And these lifestyle changes, of course, comes with a cost, an additional burden, especially for lower-income households. Rising expenses, stagnating wages adds more pressure for these households. So we need to address these issues so the lower-income households do not suffer simply because they were striving to improve their living conditions.